Hey my creators, welcome to the Chic for Cheap Craft Challenge. Let's hop right into the DIY. So we are going to make one of these little rope bowls. I found a couple of different photos. Most of them ran about $30 to $35 and I thought we can make this for way cheaper. So we're gonna make ours for about $2.50, $3, something like that. So I'm gonna take a bowl and I covered it in saran wrap. Now looking back on it, I wouldn't even have had to have done that. I'm gonna take 2 packages of this 11-foot nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. You could also use this sisal rope from Home Depot or Lowe's, Walmart. I just wanted the lighter white color. I am going to be putting this bowl in my new craft room, which you guys saw the tour, so it's very rainbow colored. I got out some of my embroidery thread and of course all of it was knotted, so I fought with it a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine, right? So I'm going to take the embroidery floss, embroidery thread, if I could talk, and I just hot glue down the end of it and I wrap and wrap and wrap until I get it long enough, that it kind of makes my eyes happy. You could make big long pieces or you could make little short. This is just where your pop of color is gonna come in. So I just kind of I wrapped until I was happy with what it looked like. I did cut off many different sizes of thread and that way some of them were short, some of them were long. You kind of get a variety. So I did get out all of my rainbow color threads, which I have over on one of the hutches that I showed you in my craft room tour. Like I said, I just have those kind of wadded up in there. So I pulled them out and just kind of fought with them for a while. So I cut off, many different lengths of thread in each color. And I just set it over to the side and that way I had it already ready so that when I went to need a pink thread, it was just right there. I didn't have to dig it back out and cut it at that point. So you guys do whatever works best for you. So whichever's easiest, if you want to cut it as you go, that's fine too. So here I was just kind of starting to wrap to see, I wanted my placement to kind of be easy on the eyes, once it was actually wrapped. So I did wrap it up a little bit so I could kind of see where it was going to lay against each other. And this was just as I was getting started. Once you actually start gluing it together, it's a little easier to see where you want your next color to go. So I'm gonna pop in really quick and tell you about our co-host for the month, which is Betsy from Cut and Corners Vinyl. If you guys haven't ever checked out her channel, you super duper need to go check her out. She does some of the cutest vinyl DIYs, and it's not just vinyl stuff on her channel. She does a lot of Dollar Tree hauls and stuff like that as well, but she can teach you how to do vinyl anything. So if you have a Cricut or a silhouette, you need to go check out Betsy's channel because she has taught me so much. And she's super sweet to boot, so that's a bonus. I'm also going to go ahead and share with you the next 2 months co-host, and that way you can be preparing for our videos those months. So our Upcycled Life will be August co-host, and the Redheaded Scrapper is going to be the September co-host. So make sure you guys get your videos ready and you guys can join us. So now we're going to start gluing our actual bowl together. So we're gonna start and you just put a little bit of glue right there at the very end and you bend it right back on itself. You want that first little part to be bent over really well and tight, and that way you don't have a hole in the bottom of your bowl. Hopefully that makes sense. And here at this point I was still just holding it down. I hadn't glued it down or anything, and I was kind of gluing and holding and gluing and holding, and then I thought I'm gonna glue this to the bottom of the bowl, and that way it holds it in place for me, and then I can just spin the bowl as I go. Which, thinking about it, I mean, it was a good idea. It would have been a better idea had I not put the saran wrap on the bowl. So, do as I say, not as I do. I tell you guys that pretty often because I'm an airhead and, you know, I do silly things sometimes. But here's where I glue it down. And yes, it did hold it in place. However, it kind of melted the saran wrap to the inside of the bowl, which I'm going to have stuff in the bowl and you're not going to see it, so it really doesn't matter. But I probably wouldn't have put the saran wrap on there to begin with had I thought about that, because hot glue doesn't stick to glass super well anyways. So that's what I would do if I had it to do over. And I probably will make another one of these because I want one for my living room as well, because it turned out so stinking cute. So here I'm just continuing to coil, and because this nautical rope is kind of loosey-goosey, I kind of did twist it as I went, kind of back on itself, because it kind of almost wants to unroll a little bit. So do that if you do make one of these out of this rope. And here I took it, I was at the end of one of my lengths of rope, so I glued 2 lengths together, and then where I met the 2, I went over it with some embroidery thread, and that way it covered where I connected them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to continue to twist and glue and twist and glue, and just make sure that you're gluing the ropes together. Don't glue to the bowl. There were a few spots that the glue leaked out, like I put a little bit too much glue, and those spots the saran wrap also kind of tried to stick to where the glue had hardened, so I had to pull it loose once I was done. And hopefully my voiceover is making sense. It's very late tonight. I apologize for not having a lot of videos out over the last week or two, and also for only doing one DIY today. Normally, you know, I try to do more than one project in each video, but my grandmother has been in the hospital, and most of our family lives about 2 hours away from me, so I'm kind of the only one here right now. So I have been trying to spend a lot of time up there with her because she feels pretty lonely. So just FYI, that's why I've been a little MIA. I just didn't want you to think that, you know, I'm trying to not make as many projects for you guys. Hopefully in the next week or so, I think she does get to go back to her rehab facility, so maybe I'll have a little bit more time to make more videos. So here I'm making some little handles, and all you do is you skip a little part with the gluing and kind of make a little bump, I guess you would say, and don't glue that part, and then glue down the edge, and it just makes a little handle. Then I'm also kind of gluing the tip of this just so it doesn't unravel. I'm going to put a little bit more thread on here, and then once I get that done, I do go ahead and connect most of it, but the very, very end I leave loose until I get it off of that bowl. I'm going to go ahead and remove the saran wrap, and here I thought I'm just going to pull the saran wrap and it's going to pop right out, and that's where I realized that some of my glue seeped out and kind of connected the saran wrap, almost melted it to the bowl. But I was able to kind of pull it and wiggle it a little bit, and I got most of it off. So the few spots that I couldn't get off you can't see since it's inside the bowl. So here I'm just finishing off the top there, and then I'm going to kind of bend the very end kind of over to the back side of the bowl, and that way you're not seeing it from the front of the bowl. And you guys, how cute is this? I thought it's adorable, but of course, you know me, I'm extra, and I thought we need a tassel. and some rhinestones because I love sparkles. So since this is going in my craft room, there, I was showing you how much I love it. So I cut a bunch of little strips of all of my colors of embroidery thread, and I just kind of laid them there on top of each other. And here I'm tying a string in the center and just kind of tying a double knot. Then I'm going to bend it over and kind of smooth it out. And then we're going to take another piece of string and tie it there across the top. Like I said, we're just making a basic tassel, but I'm using all of the colors, which kind of amped it up a bit, if you will. And so here I'm just tying a knot, and then I'm just going to wrap that thread around a few times. And then I'm going to tie a double knot and cut off the string. And then I'm going to trim off the bottom of the tassel just to kind of make it real straight and pretty so that all the threads are even. Just kind of even them out there. And make sure you have a good pair of scissors for that, and that way you'll get a real crisp cut. And then I have these rhinestones on a roll, and it's actually an adhesive backed rhinestone. So I cut off a little sliver of them, and I thought we are going to put these around where that string is on the top of the tassel. And it is so cute. I needed a place on my desk to put like my SD cards and some of my little pieces that go to like my computer for editing and stuff. And usually they're just sitting on my desk loosely. And I thought I need a bowl to put them in, and that way they're just like, they have a place to go. And this is perfect. It matches everything exactly, and I love it so much. Make sure before you leave, if you haven't already, that you hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload. Leave me a comment and let me know what was your favorite part about it, if there was anything you would have changed. Also give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, because that helps my channel to grow, you guys. And you know, your girl works hard on editing these videos and making the videos and coming up with ideas. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it for real, and make sure you let me know if you liked it. Don't forget to get your video ready for next month so you can join us. And like I said, tell me if you liked it. Tell me what was your favorite part about it. You guys could farmhouse this up. Don't put the rhinestones, don't put the bright colors, and use just very earthy colors. Use black and white. So easy, so simple. Only cost about $2.50 or $3 to make if you added everything up. And that's it, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.